Hey, it's Will from Paxis Trading. I've heard many chatters around when it would be a good time to throw everything you have into stocks to buy the effing dip. There are a lot of misconceptions about how stock bottoming works. So I'm making a series of videos about different types of stock bottoming. The first one is how to trade rounding bottom. In this video, I'll talk about what is stock bottoming, how to identify the stock bottoming process, and then I'll demonstrate how to trade it with my RCL trade this week, which made me over $11,000 in profit. Stay to the end of the video because I'm also going to share one tip that will help you protect your capital when you're trying to catch the bottom. Let's go. In order for me to talk about how to trade the stock bottoming process, I need to explain what stock bottoming is in very simple language. When we say a stock has bottomed, it means that it hit its lowest price point in a specific period and could be in the early stage of starting an uptrend. Investors are obsessed with catching that grand bottom because they see it not only as an opportunity to buy undervalued stocks, but also as something they could brag about. You know, stuff you post in your Facebook or WeChat moments. Maybe even LinkedIn if you're not afraid of your boss finding out you're trading during work hours. A bottom has to be linked to a specific time period, such as a month, a quarter, or a year. Because the bottom of this month does not necessarily mean it's the bottom of the next month or the bottom of the year. So next time when someone talks about the bottom, you ask what time period that person is referring to. So what caused a stock to bottom? It could be a change in government policies. In 2020, all major countries announced rate cuts, which stopped the stock market from falling further. It could be a change in the company's fundamentals, such as better earnings or signs of a turnaround of the business. Or it could just be a technical support, which I explained in this video, and I will put the link in the description below. Now that you know what stock bottoming is and the things that could trigger stocks to bottom, let's dive into the part that's going to make you millions. How to catch the absolute bottom. Well, sorry to disappoint, it does not exist. No one knows when the stock market or an individual stock is going to bottom. But that does not mean you should not find ways to participate in the bottoming process. Unless there is a macro event that drastically changed the fundamentals, bottoming is generally a slow process. There are signs that can help you spot a possible bottoming. Number 1, you should see the sell volume dry up. Here's a chart of Walmart where you can see an epic dump with huge sell volume. But see how the red volume bars are getting smaller and smaller, indicating a decrease in sell volume. Even as buyers start to step in, volume continued to shrink, but the stock started the bottoming process. Make sure you see an increase in buying volume after a while, otherwise it's just going to get dumped again very soon. Number 2, you should start to see stocks starting to make higher lows. Back to the Walmart chart, you can see the low points of these bars are getting higher than that of the bars from the previous day. And that's called higher lows. Number 3, some technical indicators such as moving averages and RSI should give you signals of a stock trying to change trends. Since I want to keep this video beginner friendly, I will not go into details on this one, but I may make future videos to cover this topic. Make sure you hit like and subscribe so you won't miss it. Number 4, pattern recognition. There are many chart patterns, and it would take several other videos to cover all of them. The pattern I'm going to go over today is the rounding bottom pattern. A rounding bottom is something that looks like the shape of a U. Rounding bottoms are usually found at the end of exhausted downward trends and signifies a reversal in mid to longer term price movements. I'm gonna use the RCL trade we did this week to show you how we made 11,000 in a day trading this pattern. As you can see in this chart, RCL tried to put in a bottom earlier but failed. This is called an H pattern. We'll talk about it in future videos. Here you see this series of very smooth candle bars slowly curving back up. This is rounding bottom. The previous breakdown point is here around 49. So this whole time RCL was just consolidating, getting itself ready to bottom. You never know how long this process is going to take, so most pros don't like to trade here. Unless you plan to hold it for a long time, then yes, you could try to buy it here. As it gets closer to 49, the opportunity arises. Although it got rejected the first time, it came right back at it after a day. There I knew the buyers were ready to push it through. Here is the trading plan I sent to the group. A break above 49 would trigger a long trade and we would buy the weekly 50 calls. Why 49? Because that's where it failed to hold. So it's a strong resistance. Again, this is covered in my support and resistance strategy video. Link is in the description below. This was a great trade. I made over $11,000 from this one trade in just one day. You will fail a lot when you try to catch the bottom. Here is an important tip to help you protect your capital. When you enter the trade, don't go in with the full position all at once. Split your trades into multiple entries. For example, when the stock is consolidating, you can enter half of your normal size. And when it breaks out from the consolidation, you have your confirmation, then you can buy the other half. That way, even if you fail, you won't lose too much. Stock trading is about risk management first, profit making second. Remember, over 95% people lose money in the stock market. If you can manage your risk well, you will do much better than most of them already. There you have it, a beginner-friendly version of how to identify the stock bottoming process. If you like this type of content, please hit like and subscribe to help me grow this channel. I look forward to sharing more trading tips and trade recaps to help you make more money. They call me Will the Printer. Come join my printer gang using the link below. Let's print together. See you next time.